What's up guys, Commander Alex here, and today we are going to be talking about a team fight that I recently had in a ranked game. Now the reason I'm going to be showing this and breaking it down for you guys is because I feel that people tend to not really realize these small things that actually win team fights, and this team fight was a good example of a small error that the enemy team made that ended up getting us the ace in this case. So I'm going to show the team fight, and then I'm actually going to break it down for you guys, going piece by piece into what went well for us, what went bad for us, and what overall won us the team fight. So first off, here's the team fight. Alright, so now let's actually break down the team fight. Let's figure out what went well, what went not so well, and figure out why we ended up winning in the end. First off, we can see that our team was fairly grouped at the beginning of the team fight. I was just farming and nothing was really happening on our side of the map, although we didn't have vision in that tribush. Now that was an issue on our part because assuming they had all been there together, they could have easily jumped us from the tribush, and we probably would have had to scatter, and at least two of us most likely would have died because I and Cruel probably would have had to run into the enemy team's jungle. But that didn't happen, so I guess that's a good thing. Anyway, the moment I enter the enemy team's tribush, I do notice that Catherine's there, but instead of immediately trying to stun her, I let her go and stun my enemy carry, or my carry, where I go and try and stun the enemy team's carry. Now the reason I do this is because the enemy team's carry is actually split off from the team of the enemy, whereas my team's carries are grouped together. This means that Catherine stunning my carry isn't going to be that consequential to her positioning. She'll be stunned for a couple seconds, and then she can just walk forward and she'll get right back into the fight, whereas the enemy team's carry, once I stun him and my team follows up with me, he's actually going to be split from the rest of his team. As you can see here, Cruel sections off with the enemy team's carry up top, and that means that Cruel gets a 1v1. Now Cruel is incredibly potent in a 1v1, probably one of the best heroes in the game, so I'm pretty sure that he's going to win that. I then turn down to the Sky and the Catherine beneath me and help my Ringo clear them up. Now you also have to note that Ringo gets his ultimate off without being stunned or being silenced. This means that he gets a massive amount of damage, especially since Ringo is building CP. From there, it's a pretty simple cleanup. I throw a couple stuns in here, help my team clean up, and it's really nothing that the enemy team can do. Now, if we look at this fight from the enemy team's perspective, we have to understand a couple things. First off, they didn't actually know that we were down here, and second off, they were most likely coming to meet in that tribush to try and jump us. Now that means that while they had the right idea, they split coming to an objective. This is one of the biggest issues I see in professional teams, solo queue teams, casual teams, whatever team it is. I feel that splitting to get to an objective is almost always a bad choice. And the reason for that is that if the enemy team is already at the objective, then you're going to come in from different directions, and that's usually going to end in you losing the team fight and not being able to group back together to maybe counter engage. So basically, to break this down, the couple tips that I can give you are, if you see an enemy out of position, as a support, you should be going for them rather than defending your carries for the most part. This is obviously not a 100% rule. Also, when you're going for objectives, you should come as a team so that you don't end up getting out of position if the enemy team is already at that objective. So I hope that this helped you guys. If it did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscription, and become Lieutenant today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.